my friends, welcome back to A Life I Choose, the place to be to design your life so you can thrive. Today we have another vlog. Woohoo! I started off the day, it's Saturday the 7th of September. I started off the day nice and relaxed. Basically, I had a nice lie-in. I woke up at about 9:45, and I think the only reason I woke up is because Pete actually woke me up. I'm pretty positive I could have just kept sleeping. So I woke up at 9:45, and I know all the moms out there want to kill me right now. Ha, suckers. No, I'm just joking. Much peace and respect to all of you. Love and respect. I'm just joking. Don't hate me. So yeah, no, but I had a nice lie-in and I really enjoyed it. Had a bit of a read of my book. At the moment I'm reading You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza, which is super interesting. And basically he's done all of the research and he just puts into words what I did when I was overcoming fibromyalgia. So it's about addressing your health through your beliefs, which is crazy cool. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail now, but maybe I'll speak to you about it later or in another vlog. But it's a really good book. It's super interesting. So yeah, so I read a bit and then I did my gratitude journal, and then Pete and I got up and went out. We just did some errands, and I wanted to stop by KKK, which you saw. KKK is this really cool brand. I think they're Swedish. I think they started in Sweden. Basically, they do things like journals, like goals journals or happiness journals or gratitude journals, dream journals, all this stuff. So I wanted to go have a look there, and their stuff is pretty good. Like, their stuff is not just, you know, they're not based on nothing. They're actually based on research, you know. Kind of like, I have their goals journal and I saw that they use a lot of goal setting techniques that actually Tony Robbins teaches. Today I was flipping through the Create Your Life Plan journal, and I really liked the look of it because it has a lot of sweet, like, basically it sort of asks you a question or prompts you and then gives you space to free write. So it's things like, what makes you feel alive? Or when was the last time you felt really alive? What were you doing? Who were you with? And basically the whole point of the journal is a lot of what we speak about here. It's about creating a life that is meaningful for you, that is fulfilling, that is enjoyable, that gives you a sense of purpose, and that allows you to contribute to the world. Well, that's what I got from the flip through. I'm speaking more about what we do here, but I think this is what they are doing here as well. Yeah, and they totally here as well. They mention this is taught by Tony Robbins as well. I mean, it's not a Tony Robbins technique. Tony Robbins teaches it. The goal setting, the SMART principle for setting goals. They have something that looks very similar to the Wheel of Life as well. So yeah, I wanted to get this and check it out and use it a bit myself, have some fun with it. I also got a monthly planner. Now at the moment I have a weekly planner that at the beginning of every month has like a monthly plan. The thing is, it's in a diary. So even though I have a sense of what I need to do each month, I can't see it. So the way that I break down my goals is I set yearly goals based on what my ultimate vision is for the next year. So for example, if I'm thinking about a life I choose, I say, okay, what are my goals for a life I choose? Like, not what are my goals, but what's my vision for a year from now? Where is a life I choose going to be a year from now? And so I say, this is what I see, like, kind of, I set my outcome, you know, kind of international, whatever. I set my outcome. Then I go into, okay, what roles do I need to be in to make this happen? So what roles do I need to play, right, to make this happen? Networking person, therapist and coach, product developer, for example, whatever. And then I go into, okay, what are my goals? Like, what are the 3 things that I'm going to achieve a year from now? And I would set them. And then I would break those goals down into quarterly goals. So I would say, okay, like for example, if I'm starting this in January, I'd say, okay, by March, I'm gonna have achieved this. So I need to do this, and this to get there. And then by June, the same thing. By September, the same thing. And then I actually schedule it into a monthly planner, so that way I can actually see, okay, in January I need to be focusing on this, these need to be my actions, and then in February the same. Having it in my journal is helpful and it does keep me on track. It's just that I like to actually visually see it. So I got myself this because it would be helpful. Planning my year in this way doesn't make it like super, it can sound like it's really restrictive, like it's kind of super strict, but the truth is, like, I keep it flexible, but it keeps me on track. It keeps me on track because I know where I'm going, and all of my actions are purpose driven. You know, it's not just doing for the sake of doing. I'm doing but knowing where I'm going, so it's kick-ass, and I see myself getting closer and closer to my goals. And at the same time, it can stay flexible. So if, for example, I have, you know, in September start doing this and it just doesn't fit anymore, it's like, no, actually I've changed my mind, I think it would be better to do this instead. You know, it's my life, like I can shift it. It's not like written in stone. It's just that I know where I'm going. I'm choosing my life, you know, kind of. You know, obviously life is going to throw me curveballs and my plan can adjust to that, but I have a say over where I go. I don't end up being, you know, 60 years old and looking back and saying, oh shit, where did it all go? Like I might, but I highly doubt, like with the way that I'm planning. So it's like, no, I know I want to achieve this and I know that this is important to me, and if it doesn't happen, at least I'm giving it my all. So yeah, so that's a bit about like goals and planning. Oh yeah, and from Kiki K, I also got like some cards. So a friend of mine had a baby recently, I got her card, and I got some birthday cards because they're always good to have when it's somebody's birthday and you haven't got them a card. So I like to keep backups. So anyway, Pete's gone surfing, he's gone windsurfing. So he's having a good time, and usually when Pete goes surfing, he comes back with this beautiful glow, looking very nice and happy. I am working on one of my goals today. I can't tell you too much about it because it's like a secret project. Oh yeah, I'm one of those vloggers who has a secret project. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm not sure that was the right music actually. But anyway, I'm working on one of my goals. I'm working on a few goals this weekend. Yeah, so it's like, for me it's exciting. For me it's very exciting. I've been working on this a bit. So this evening we're out with friends and we'll see how it goes. So the rest of the afternoon for me is going to be quiet. I'm going to stop talking. I've been talking for like 9 minutes straight. You'll see me work for a while, I suppose. So anyway, I'll speak to you later, and thanks again for tuning in.
Don't take no chances. Fill up all the blanks with lemon sprinkled ice. Please don't ask me twice. Rhythm got me bouncing, bottles got me crashing. Don't you know? Don't you know that I'm just in it for the thrill of it? I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure.
So I would have started vlogging way earlier this morning, but I couldn't find my camera anywhere. Yesterday evening we were going out with friends, and as I typically do, I worked longer than I should have, and then like I needed to get ready. So then it was like, oh my god, I gotta get ready, you know, I have to get dressed, I have to do my makeup, blah 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 blah. Sort of all my work stuff was like all over the place, and I asked Pete, I said, could you put my camera away for me? And he was like, yeah. I was like, just put it in my room, in my office. This morning I just could not find my camera anywhere, and I was going around and around and I just like couldn't find it. So anyway, Pete was at meetings this morning. I had a meeting with Lulu, my sister. We were discussing possibly working together to create the New Year Evolution Workshop. Give me a shout down below if you were at the New Year Evolution Workshop in 2019. So yeah, leave a comment down below. Don't be shy, come on, just say, hey, I was there. Yeah, so basically it's time to start planning the next workshop for 2020. Now my life is so much busier than it was last year. Not that last year wasn't busy, it was plenty busy, but it's even busier this year. And obviously I want the workshop to go well. I want it to grow. I want it to be fun and impactful. To have the impact that I want to have, I need the support to make that happen. So my sister is really good with event planning and organization. And I just thought like, maybe we could work together to make this happen. So this morning we had a meeting, we were discussing some stuff. So that's what we did. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited about everything that's coming up this weekend. Last night was fun. We went out with some friends. It was a good time. Today, I don't really know what's happening, to be honest. Like, Pete's still taking some calls. I have all my work stuff laid out over here. I'm probably gonna... Actually, I want to do some more work. I also want to kind of be lazy and just kind of lay on the sofa and read or watch a movie or something. Maybe this evening we'll go to the movies. I don't know. We'll see. Unless we're gonna invite a friend to come over for dinner. I really don't know. We're just taking it easy today. Having a lovely, lovely Sunday. So yeah, you stick around with us and we'll see how the day unfolds. Oh yeah, maybe we'll get the room together again. It was in guest bedroom formation, and we need to get it back to the music room to be usable for us. So maybe. We shall see. Peace. I have to show off what Pete made us for lunch. The sweet potato fries and regular fries. Then we have some dip to dip them into. Oh, delicious, Smooch. Good job.
I will high five you.
Won't you sing out your frustration? Just say a word.
What do you want to do?
What's up, Dad?
What do you want to do?
Did I just tell you? Let's go play up the room.
Echoing inside your walls, 5 feet underground.
That was a really, really good documentary. And it had lots of different doctors and spiritual healers, energy healers, people like Marianne Williamson, people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, who actually wrote the book that I'm reading at the moment, You Are the Placebo. So yeah, it's all about our mind's ability to heal our bodies and our minds, and basically how our beliefs affect everything. It spoke all about how our beliefs affect our body and mind's ability to heal itself, our body and mind. I say that for simplicity's sake because some people will think mental illness, when in reality mental illness is physical illness and physical illness is mental illness, and there's no difference. They're all the same. So anyway, definitely check it out. It's called Heal. You can find it on Netflix. It's really, really interesting, and don't just check it out but start applying what you learn. This was the whole process that I went through when I was diagnosed with fibro, and I was unwell for 5 years, and I was told that I had a lifelong condition and that there was nothing much I could do about it, and I just had to get used to it. And my condition got progressively worse. Within 2 years my body just deteriorated so rapidly that every movement became painful, and it was a nightmare. And I felt like I was about 86 years old, and I know it sounds like an exaggeration to some of you, but other people who have chronic illness, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like you're like 86 years old, and since it happened so rapidly, this deterioration, I was certain I was dying. And then what ended up happening was these 2 arteries, the ones that take blood up to 2/3 of the brain, they ripped, which is an extremely rare thing. Because they ripped, they swelled up. I didn't get enough blood to my brain, and I ended up having a stroke. And when I had the stroke, some of my doctors kind of took it they went alarmed by it, because they didn't realize I was having a stroke, because my symptoms, I was always in pain. I was always having weird symptoms because of the fibro. And so they were like, yeah, whatever. Maybe that came off flippantly. They weren't like, yeah, whatever, but they were like, go home, see how it is, like kind of give it 5 days, and you know, kind of if your symptoms are still there, then check it again. Anyway, eventually I had an MRI, and they found out that this thing had happened. Anyway, at that point, I had had enough.
And I told myself, like, the power to heal myself is in my hands. Like, I got tired of listening to doctors. I got tired of being told different things. I got tired of being on medication that didn't fucking work. And I was just like, it's up to me, you know? And I started meditating. I started visualizing how I wanted my life to be, my health, my energy. I switched my identity, you know. I realized I came to identify, I used to tell myself, but I was convinced I was a sick person, right? I was convinced I was a sick person with a chronic illness. And I switched my identity from I am a sick person to I'm a healthy person. And from there, I started adjusting my behavior. So I changed my diet, right? And you see I eat an 80% whole foods diet. I started exercising. I do about 20 minutes 5 times a week. What else? I keep meditating. I keep visualizing. I try different things. I try energy healing. I keep doing therapy. I do coaching. I make sure that I live a life that is purposeful. That's my number one thing. I make sure that I live a life where I'm doing what I was born to do, what I am most excited to do, what I am best at. And I make sure that my life is about helping others, and not that others are weak and need my help, but it's about serving others, right? Because if I'm only focused on me, and this goes for everybody, then we're miserable because we're self-absorbed and we only see ourselves. The moment you switch your perspective from yourself to others, the whole game changes. Yeah, there were some things that I did to change my life, and it drastically changed my life. I had the stroke 2 years ago. You know, I wasn't certain if I would ever be able to build my business. I had no idea if I'd ever be able to have a family. Now my business is doing really well. Pete and I are doing really well. Family's probably next step. So it's all doing really well. And none of this would have happened without me addressing my beliefs and my lifestyle. And it's not about getting rid of stress. Stress will always be there. It's just about how you respond to stress. And you always have a choice over how you respond to stress, how you respond to trauma. And if you are having difficulty with it, and this is not judgment because I was in that space. I was in the space where I was extremely traumatized and just lost. And Pete met me when I was in that space. And I had no clue how to get over it. You have to find mentors, and don't just take the mentors who are around you. Find good mentors, find the best mentors you can find. Pay for them, right? Because this is the way you're gonna learn, this is the way you're gonna grow, and you're gonna move. And yes, at the moment you may be in a state of pure suffering, like just total suffering. I heard a metaphor on the documentary that I really liked. Kelly Brogan, who is a psychiatrist who uses natural healing parts, said, you have to think about your suffering a bit like you're the caterpillar in the cocoon. It's a very uncomfortable place to be, and you'll be dying like to get out, you know, as you become the butterfly and the space is getting smaller and smaller, you'll be dying to break through. But if you break through too early, you're not going to survive. So stay with the suffering, understand the suffering. There is spiritual growth in that suffering, and you will come out stronger. And not only will you grow, but then you'll be able to contribute with so much love. I feel very inspired. And now I'm gonna go help my husband put back together that room.
Sun is coming up, are you ready to go? We can take a ride, we can take it slow. Your will is my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where you go. I'll take you to a place we can see it all. Step off the edge, I can break your fall. Your will is my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where you go.
My bracelet.
What's stuck to the bracelet?
This thing. I already damaged this. My sandals got stuck in it. And I like
Oh.
pulled it out. And just now my bracelet.
It's just not made for clumsy people, I suppose.
And tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world. And anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world.
It's that time to end the vlog. So I'm gonna sign out. Pete and I are signing out. Purely because I have to go take the SD card to Nicola so that Nicola can actually edit the vlog. Thank you again, guys, for tuning in. Thank you for all your support for this channel. Bye-bye.
Right? Thank you for being here on this journey with us. It's so much fun. We really enjoy vlogging. I really enjoy vlogging. I think you enjoy vlogging too. No?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most times.
Most times. We'll see you in the next one. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification to be notified of when we upload new videos. We upload new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, because it really supports our channel. So we'll see you soon. We send you love, we send you peace, we send you joyfulness. Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye.